Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's doing good. It is snowing, sleeting, rainy stuff out there, and it's nasty. So that is why I wanted to get that steel out of here yesterday. Those I'm just going to throw in the bin outside. I got a bin full of, oh man, sorry. I have aluminum motors and stuff. And we're going to get into this stuff today. There's not really much in there, but I want to clean that bucket out so I can put the steel that I have for now in here. Because right now, I don't have much steel and I don't have anywhere to put it because I have no old fixtures. So we're going to take what's good in there and knock the rest of that crap out of there and take them wires and those wires, and we're going to go through those wires and do some wires. I mean, in here, mostly brass, but I'll take it. The old bucket here that we are yes, I'm throwing it all in there mixed. I just want to get rid of the dirt. We'll go through this later. Clean it up. Because that's aluminum. And that's probably brass. That's aluminum. That's trash. I'll throw it there for now so it doesn't get mixed up. That's brass. That's questionable. Some copper. Hey now. Some brass and copper. This is a bin filled. If you didn't see it, this thing was filled, not filled all the way, but pretty high with dirty brass and stuff. And I cleaned it up. That's where those 3 buckets came from, in the garage mostly. There's all the crap in here waiting to be cleaned. Some mining for gold. In this case, it's copper. And what looks to be a socket. Bent up old socket. Again, I have nowhere to put the steel. A little bit of steel. Have them for taking the rotors off of cars. What will you do for money? Stuck my hands way worse than this for money. Used to do plumbing. That's why I get so much of this stuff. A couple more, look at that. I'll take it. Some copper, some brass. Maybe takes it all. Except for that plastic crap. I don't want that. I heard metal. Oh, copper. Only metal. You know what I mean. It is metal, but in scrapping sense, it's not metal. Because steel is metal. All right, so that's ready to go. Got all that. We'll empty the rest of that stuff into a bucket. Into a trash bag. I'm sorry. trash bucket. There's some of the wires we took out. Some of them appliances. Here's some more. This is not from an appliance, obviously. That was from a job site. We'll strip that bad boy, and yes, some of these are cords. So it is what it is. The mixed jungle bag wires of crap I took out of stuff and threw in there. Kyocera. And a Kyocera charger, apparently. Alright. There we go. More wire. Wires everywhere. Look at that piece of copper. We'll stick that there so we don't lose it. And yeah, I gotta get them ballasts off there. Look, another piece of copper. Look at that. Just finding stuff everywhere. Look at that, more copper. Oh man. Alright. That's a bunch of mixed wire. And some wrong makes it look more copper. Oop. Take that tire off them rims. I want the rims, the tires go to the recycling plant. Sorry, I gotta flip that. It's getting on my nerves. Yeah, we're gonna do that one day. Now that back here is empty, we're gonna grind that bad boy open back here. We're just gonna wait for a nice dry day when it doesn't look like this. And this. All right. Oof. It's a half a bag, contractor bag. The rest of that's trash. So guess what? That's our steel bin now. Look at that. More brass. Look at that. More. There's crap floating all over the place. Look at this. That might actually be solid brass. See the kiln? There she is in all her glory. One day, hopefully soon, when it dries up, I'll come out here and melt some metal. I'd like to do a nice brass mold. I got this cool mold I want to do. Oh yeah, that I got to cut the wire off. That's why that's here. Babaloo Bob. steel aluminum. Just stuff everywhere, literally. All right, I think that's everything. All right, I'll tell you, taping these joints really helps. These things wear through really quick. Taping them joints helps a lot. But anyway, I'll meet you guys around front. And let's see what we got in here. I think there's some more wire up front. I'm not sure. And that bin's full. Not full, but that's a bin. It's got copper in it and stuff. More wire. Just bring that around front. So yeah, let's get around front now. Meet you guys over there. Very simple to do. Sorry. Maybe. If your pliers aren't bent to crap, There we go. Pliers are bent to crap. Picks it up on screen. Well, yeah, it does. They're pretty bad. Steel. Wow. Was not expecting that. Steel. That's why you always check things with a magnet. Whew, sorry about that. Now you can leave it like this, and I'm sure they probably wouldn't give you much problem with it. I like to pull them apart because that's just how I do it. So, all you do is get 2 wrenches if you can find them. The pliers, I'm sorry. Really, the pliers. I'm just going to grab whatever I can find here. Not really the proper tools. Oh my God. All right, definitely not the proper tools for that one. So what I'm gonna do, these around, sorry. Where there's a will, there's a way. I still might have to go a step further and get the other pipe wrench on here. Yipper. They're just so old and I got pipe dope all over them. Whatever. I ain't dealing with it. It's going in like that. Number 2. I'll open the number 2 bin up later. Piece of wire. Now this, you gotta watch because that's brass and that's brass. Otherwise, it's a clean piece of number 1. That'll go in the number 1 bin. This and this go into the brass. I like to pull these out just in case they say something. Okay. Whatever. I ain't even gonna pull it out because I'm being lazy. That we can clean up if you just take a wire brush or grinder wheel or something. Take that right off number 1. Take that off. Take that off. Number 1. Brass. That's brass. I'll pick that up. I don't know if they consider them brass or number 2. I think it's number 2 because they got a little bit of plastic in there, but I'll probably throw it with the dirty just because these can go right in your brass. That's number 1. No paint, no nothing on it. Just green. If there's paint on it, clean it off. Brass. strip. Clean copper, clean brass. You cut that off, that's all copper. I ain't going to do it, but you can. Some more copper, some number 2 copper. Look at the gives. Brass. We're going to check that. That might be solid brass. 2 brass, dirty brass. Pop the tops off of these. They're easier to do on a vise. Pop that top off there, pull the guts out. It's clean brass, real easy. I've heard the other part's number 2. That's definitely number 2 clip. And I am not cleaning that up. These I think are aluminum. Brass inside these. Pull the screws off. You've seen me do it before. Break them open. There's 2 little brass pieces in here. I save them up and do them all at once. Aluminum. Brass. 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 Probably aluminum. Dirty brass. My dirty brass bin went. Brass. Number 2. Maybe even number 1, I don't know. The fitting's brass, and I doubt I'm going to be able to cut that off, so it's all going into brass. 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 Copper pipes. It's got a little plastic in it. Number 1, number 2, number 1. Brass. Because it's coated. Oop. Those things are aluminum. Just copper plate. Number 1 and number 2. Stainless, brass, copper. You throw it in your dirty brass now. At least get 35 cents a pound. All brass. Brass. More of it. I get so many stupid things. Just have bags and bags of them. Brass fitting, copper ring, plastic. You can throw it in your dirty brass or cut it apart. Piece of copper. That's a brass cap. Brass. The cap I'm going to keep because I could use that. Brass, brass, dirty brass. All right. It's hard to tell. Brass? Yeah, it's definitely not. Maybe it is. Hold on. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Brass and brass. Dirty brass. Good brass. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Let's check this bad boy. Ooh, brass. I thought they were solid brass. Alright. It's from that freezer. It actually fell off. That's how degraded it was. I don't know if you see that. They got steel in them. Picks it up. No steel. No steel. Steel. So you gotta cut that off. This goes into, I don't know what they buy these as, but it's got steel in there. Maybe dirty copper, I don't know. I'm just gonna save them up and find out. Oh, it's dripping. Sorry, something. Alright. Plastic. This is all from that fridge. Some wire and stuff. And a board. My cutters. I don't want to cut no more. Pull that out and throw it with the boards later. Put the cord with the cords. The trailer wiring. Some aluminum. Some number 2. Sheesh. You know what we're going to do with that? We're just going to clean it up. We're going to clean that up. Big old thing, Romex, that's number 12. We're going to put that with the Romex. There's no Romex there. But it did come out of the bag. Giant piece of aluminum. That needs to be cleaned. I don't get much of that. Extension cord. extension cords. I like to cut the ends off myself first, so I know they're all just extension cords. Except for this one. I got a bin behind me, the plug ends. Whew. Extension cords. Put them in the extension bin later. These I like to strip, so I don't. Yeah, they get stripped myself if I can. They're not easy, but they're fun and rewarding. Big chunks of copper up in there. Wire we're going to strip. Yeah. Thicker stuff I'm definitely stripping. That can all go right up in there. It's actually not too bad. That's like on a borderline of worth it. Some of these wires are weirdly sized. Extension. Extensions. Some of these extensions are pretty big too. These came off of big microwaves and stuff. Well, that's definitely strippable, huh? That's a bit of thicker stuff there. That's the thinner stuff. Piece of extension cord. Whole bunch of thin stuff. That side. That's extension cord. Oop, my bad, I didn't see you. Non-stripper side. It's actually kind of thick. So is that one. Extension cords. And an end. Can't leave that in there. get to know the thickness just by feeling it, whether you're going to want to strip it or not. Another extension cord thing in there too. Look at that. That can't be in there. Now this stuff is solid. That stuff's actually pretty nice to strip. It strips pretty easy. Some of this has ends that need to come off. They're not clean. So we'll put the non-clean stuff in there. Sorry, I just realized I didn't have the mic on because it died. Strippable. Definitely strippable. Thin stuff out of the way. Now we have to put the non-strippable stuff in a bucket soon. In a bag, I mean, I'm sorry, it's in a bucket. Ooh, yeah, hot to mama. Come to daddy. That's what I'm talking about. Some more cable. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Had a late lunch today. There we go. This is all that stuff that was in the back that I took out of them appliances that I never went through. Just threw it all together with the rest of the wire. Oh yeah, I'd say that's strippable. That's actually number one or bare bright, depending on how clean it is. Even though it's multi-strand, it's thicker than a pencil, that's for sure. So, yeah, baby. We're gonna fill this bucket. Come pretty close to it. The rest will go to the yard the way it is. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just I'm not stripping it. It's too thin. That makes sense. Everybody's seen me strip. Shake it, shake it. So I'm just gonna fill this bucket and then go through it and strip it. And we'll come back and see how much we got. And how much I would have thrown away if I thought this was all just shred. Ooh, baby. On the border. After I go through everything, I will put it back in this bag. After I make sure I ain't got no ends on it. And it can go as insulated number 2. Because at a certain point, as you know, it just becomes a waste of time to strip it. I'm sorry if I repeat myself, I do it do that sometimes. Plug me in, baby. Plug me in, plug me in. Couple cords with ends. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do with all the ends yet. I've just been letting them pile up. Let me know what you all do with your ends, your plug ends. Leave me a note down in the comments what everyone does with their plug ends. All right, that's that. Couple cords here. These you can smash open. There's a little board inside. You can get the brass off them pretty easy. That I do know. Oh, it's a pretty heavy bucket. So that's what we ended up with. I'll get started here and we'll go from there. I'll show you what I do, how I do it. I'm just going to go through a little bit of this thin stuff, clean it up a little bit, get rid of the bucket. You know, you've seen me do that 1,000 times, this thin stuff. I will not clean the big stuff until I'm back. Don't worry, people. I will save that. And then we got to fill that bag with the bucket and all the rest of the stuff back there. We got a bunch of it. So I'm just going to clean this up real quick and we'll clean some of that thick copper up in a minute. Okay, everybody, welcome back. So I got everything except for the big stuff stripped. Made a little pile. Obviously, all number 2. But I like to keep my silver separate just because I like it. I like to know how much I have of each. So my preference. Other than that, it's all the same. Same price at least. But I stripped it all. Well, at least the wires. I did some of it off camera because that's what I do. There we go. Sorry if you can't see the wires in the bin. I'm trying to keep them on camera. I like to take my wire cutter strippers and strip a little end. And it gives you a little starter tab. Jesus, seriously? Fucking time I move. Sorry. As you can see, I did a little bit of it. The bucket's a little bit full. Not much. Did like 5 or 6 strands just to make sure I was stripping good. And yeah, all that tin coated copper, baby, and regular copper number 2. Put that in regular number 2 bin. That's trash. What are you doing? Seriously? Just freaking trying to make a mess, aren't you? I don't do the thinner stuff, as I said before, just because of the pain in the butt. You don't get much out of it. It's hard to strip. If you ain't got nothing else to do when you want to do it, go for it. I find it to be hard. It leaves a lot of splinters on my fingers for no reason. Got enough of them with this bigger stuff. It's a little contest I'm having with myself, how much tin coated versus regular I get. Pretty even. Guess it depends all on what we're pulling apart. Good to the last drop. Or in this case, the last strand. Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes they start. I got a problem with starting these things with my fingers, so I find most of the time it's easier just to strip an end than it is to mess around with it. All I ask is please stay out of my dreams. Yeah, see, that one gives me a problem. Love it. Like, ow. Man. One thing I hate about stripping this, number 2, it is brutal. If it ain't working, I'm scrapping. If I ain't scrapping, I'm probably sleeping. Because I ain't working or scrapping. It's probably late. This is mostly all appliance wire. Well, it is all appliance wire. Some appliances have more wire, obviously, than others. Some wires are thicker than others, so it's definitely worth doing, and some aren't. I'll tell you, this blue stuff right here, this stuff was a pain. I don't know what the heck they use for the casing, but that's some hard plastic. And this is why I don't do that thin stuff. It took me forever to just do this little piece here. I ended up cutting the end off because it's such a pain to get it to strip even. And look at that, you barely get anything out of it. Same amount of time. That's why I don't do it. I mean, this one ain't much thicker and it's got way more in there. Almost got a little bucket full. Not bad. Not bad at all. Good thing I didn't throw it away. I sure could use the money right now. Haven't worked all week really, which is unusual, but not unusual for this time of year because it's just been so snowy and nasty. Nobody wants anything done really, which I don't blame them. All right, that's it for that stuff. There's the little bit of regular copper. Now, I did a little sample test piece. I'll show you how I do them. It's been a while. Oh yeah. See, I'm bleeding. See, it's thin. That's pretty close to being number one, but it's probably going to be number two. But even at number two, I'll take that all day. Look at that stuff. That is gorgeous. That's these babies. Seriously? Every freaking time I move? It's so nice to have room. Freaking proper cameras and all that fun stuff people have. Alright, so what I do is start by separating them. Make a little slit, separate them out. I know these are not easy to do at all, but they are well worth it. It's the amount of copper you get out of them. So if you can get your hands on them, get them. Look at that, it's almost stripping itself. I'm just pulling it apart. Let's see. Almost. Almost. What are you gonna do? Just gonna cut the rest of it off. That's what I'm gonna do because I want that money. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Number 2. I don't think it's quite thick enough to be number 1. It's not quite as thick as a pencil lead. It's close. And this is the thin one. That's the ground, so it's a little thinner. Even that's worth it. Some of these are 4-wire even. Just like that. Bam. Skin it up. There's another one. Get rid of that clean brass. Except for the one that just flew all over the place. This will go right in the clean brass. This one's a little thinner. But hey, still got a nice chunk of copper in there. The old brass ends there. Let's see where that started melting. That's why you always change these when you put a new install in. Okay. Wow. Yeah. That one was a little hard. But hey, it happens. Now this is number 1. You see how thick that is. I don't know if it's bare bright inside, but definitely number 1. It's just number, probably give me number 1 for it. Either way, it ain't much difference in price. Holy crap, holy. That's some serious. Wow. Now that, yeah, definitely number 1 is a piece of wire. All right. That's it for today, but look at that nice wire in there. I mean, that's number 1, so that'll go with the number 1. This will go with the number 2. And the other stuff will go with the number 2. Look at it all. That whole bucket just full of insulated wires. A couple of them back there that we're not going to strip because they're too thin. And then we get that little bucket of number 2 there. And that little bit of number 2. Let's get it going to the bins. I gotta take it all down, so I'm gonna do that. But thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe. We'll be back finding some more scrap this week, or actually next week. It's almost the end of the week already. And yeah, we gotta go out and find some more because I'm running low. Running low, just took everything in. Gotta get more to clean up. Thank you. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And comment if you want. I mean, it's great talking to people. Got people commenting from all over the place, all over the world, Poland, Portugal, all kinds of places. So thank you. Please hit that like and subscribe. Keep them coming. Somebody had said about the windings and the number 2. This is all windings. See it all? It's all winding. Whole bin of it. This is all number 2 wire. You can tell because it still looks like wire. So this is my number 2 wire bin. And that's my number 2. See? Windings. Because places give you a different price because the stuff's coated. That's what all that is. And then I got my number 2 tin coated there just because I'm going to start keeping that separate because I want to. I get a lot more of this usually. But I've been getting a lot of that too, so. And then you got your cords, of course. I gotta pull all that down to get to the cords. Let's just stick the bucket in here. And yeah, so there you go. That's our number 2 wire. That's our number 2 windings. And this boogaloo bucket. Oh, never mind. It's bare bright. Why is that on top of the damn cords? Oh, jeez. Seriously. Fucking mess going on here, people. There we go. Cords. More cords. That needs to be cleaned. I doubt they're going to call that clean. Cords. Oh, that's got to be cleaned up. That's a little bit of cord. So yeah, that's what I do with them. There's them buckets of brass that gotta go over. So I just wanted to show you guys they do have 2 different buckets here. So I'll see you guys on the next one.